What's up everybody, it's LaRue. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be teaching you how I did this half skull Van Gogh inspired makeup look. So if you want to know how I did this, get a cup of coffee and keep watching. I'm starting off here with an eyeliner pencil, just doing a rough outline of where I want the skull features to be. Next I'm taking an Elmer's glue stick. It has to be the purple one. No, I'm just kidding, it can be any color you want, as long as it's washable. I'm going to glue down my eyebrow on one side, and then I'm going to take a brush spoolie to just kind of smooth that out. Once that glue is dry, I'm going to go in with some loose powder, set that on top just to lock everything into place. And then on the other side, I'm starting with my Urban Decay primer potion, some NYX Cosmetics concealer, setting that down with more loose powder to prep for the eyeshadow. For the eyes, I'm dipping into the Blood Money palette by Jeffree Star Cosmetics, starting off with the shade Divine Intervention, putting that all over my lid. Next, I laid down the shade Mint Condition as a transition shade in the crease. I'm dipping into the shade Heavy Weighted next, putting that on the outer 1/3 of my eye, buffing that into the crease, but not quite as high as we took the last shade. I'm taking shades Crocodile Tears and Jaded. I'm going to place those in the same spots, outer 1/3 of the eye, buff them into the crease, but not quite as high as our last couple shades. For the shimmer, I'm taking shade Emerald Estate. I'm going to put that on the inner 2/3 of my eye and blend that into that dark color on the outside. For primer, I'm going in with the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. This stuff is like magic. If you haven't tried it, I suggest you get your hands on some. Next, I'm taking the NYX HD Concealer and I'm just covering up red spots before I apply foundation. After blending that out, I'm going to set those spots with the NYX HD Finishing Powder. For the base, I'm going in with Clinique Even Better Foundation, my tried and true, my ride or die. I love this stuff. For concealer, I'm going in with the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the lightest shade they've got because I could be Casper's twin. After I blend that in, I'm going to set that half of my face with the NYX HD Finishing Powder. Filling in my brows with an Ulta Beauty Brow Pencil. Contour, I'm going in with the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. You already know I'm going in with that Rare Beauty liquid blush. It's in the shade Encourage. I just got my hands on this stuff and it is so good. Not like you didn't already know that, but I finally do. For highlight, we're dipping into the Platinum Ice palette by Jeffree Star Cosmetics. This is the shade Alien Ice, and I thought it was going to go perfect with our green eyeshadow look. I'm making my wing with a NYX eyeliner pen, and then I'm going to set that with black eyeshadow on an angled brush. Don't forget forget to tightline with some black eyeliner. Then I'm going to take white eyeliner in my lower waterline just to brighten up my eye. She's beauty. She's grace. She's made by Too Faced. This is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. It is my all-time favorite. It's more like a mousse, so it's lengthening and thickening. To cover up my glued down brow, I'm going back in with that NYX concealer. I'm going to set it with powder, and I'm going to do this for a few rounds. Then to prime my eye, going back in with the Urban Decay Primer Potion. You've made it to the fun part. This is the good stuff. I'm taking a black paint from Mayron. It's one of their Paradise paints, and I'm just filling in the parts of the skull that are naturally dark. Next, I'm taking a black eyeshadow from the James Charles palette just to set all those places I filled in. Now this paint is water activated, so it will dry naturally on its own, but I feel like this just helps deepen your color. I'm taking a white paint from Mayron and I'm starting to form the shapes of my teeth. Towards the front, you're aiming for a teardrop shape, and towards the back, it's okay if they're more square like your molars would be. Is it really a Van Gogh look if you don't add sunflowers? To be honest, I had no plan originally for what this makeup look was going to be. It just kind of developed as I went. So here you see me outlining the shapes of the sunflowers. Then I'm going to contour that collarbone because we got to look snatched. Now to fill in the background. I'm taking various shades of green, some from the Mayron Tropical palette, some by Made You Look. From Made You Look, I'm using shades Olive and Shamrock, but I'm taking various shades of green and filling in the background, kind of similar to how the background in Starry Night would be. He uses very small strokes, lots of color, so it took me a lot of time and just a lot of layering and going back and forth, deciding where I wanted colors to be, how I wanted it to lay. And then eventually when I was done with the green, I felt like I looked too much like G.I. Joe, so I had a blue in there as well. After shading that line between my skull face and my real face, I decided I had too many gaps in the background of my Van Gogh background, quote unquote. So I'm dipping back into the Blood Money palette into the shade Crocodile Tears, and I'm just dabbing that all over to add some color where there isn't any. Next, I'm using the shade Sunflower from Made You Look Body Paints to fill in my sunflowers. Ha ha ha, how funny is that? I'm taking a bright yellow eyeshadow from the James Charles palette and I'm just setting the paint. Once again, this paint dries on its own, you do not have to set it, but I just feel like this deepens the color, makes for a richer painting. To give these flowers a little more life, I'm going to use an orange eyeshadow from the James Charles palette and just shade around all the petals to give the flowers more dimension. Next, I'm using these browns from the James Charles palette to fill in the centers of my sunflowers and to deepen up the petals. Next, I'm taking a black shadow on an angled brush and I'm going to outline the shapes of my teeth. I'm going back over that black shadow with the black paint from Mayron and I'm going to make my outline darker. I'm going to take that black paint and outline my sunflowers next. Taking some white paint next and filling in my neck. This kind of turned out more cartoonish, but that's okay. I'm dipping back in the Blood Money palette for shade CEO, and I'm going to use that to add some shimmer to my sunflowers. And then I'm going back into shade Divine Intervention. I'm going to use that to add some green shimmer to my teeth. Don't forget your eyeliner and your waterline. And now I'm just adding some finishing touches of shading and highlighting. And here is the final look. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did enjoy today's video, you should come back because there will be more like it. And until then, I'll see you in the next one. Bye! You're on camera. Say hi.
Oh my god, this is insane. I want to thank the little people.
Oh my god.